Hi, I'm Kimberly Washburn, Curator of Education at the Florence County Museum. Welcome to April's Family Day at Home. One of my favorite things to do in the spring as the weather starts to warm up is go outside and make bubbles. I love making bubbles. Today we're going to show you how to make your own bubble solution at home and how to create a giant bubble wand that will make super large bubbles. So let's get started. You're going to need to gather a few things from your Family Day at Home kit. You're going to need 2 straws, your piece of yarn or string, a pie plate. This is just a little disposable aluminum pie plate. You have a cup with about 4 tablespoons of just normal dish detergent, just dishwashing liquid, and 1 tablespoon of glycerin. Glycerin is easy to find in the pharmacy or at the just Walmart or somewhere like that, so it's easily available and easy to find. And you're going to need your plastic spoon. You're also going to need to gather a few things from around the house. You're going to need 1 cup of water, which I have here, and some scissors. So first things first, let's go ahead and mix our bubble solution. It's best to mix your bubble solution about 30 minutes to an hour before you want to use it. That'll give time for all the ingredients to really mix together and come together in a solution. So again, in my cup, I have about 4 tablespoons of blue dishwashing liquid and about 1 tablespoon of glycerin. The bubbles are going to come from that dishwashing liquid, and the glycerin just helps hold the bubbles in shape. So if you've ever tried to make bubbles with just dishwashing liquid, sometimes they pop before they get really big or before they come loose from your bubble wand. But the glycerin helps hold them in shape. So I'm just going to kind of scrape as much as I can from my cup, set that aside, and I'm going to give this a stir. Now I like to add the blue dishwashing liquid and glycerin to the water. If you add the water, especially straight from a faucet into the dishwashing liquid, you're just going to get a big foamy mess. So start with the water, then add the dish soap. If you're looking for clearer bubbles, so you can see clearly that because our dishwashing liquid was blue, our bubble solution is blue. But if you want clear bubble solution, then use a clear dishwashing liquid. So I'm just gonna give this a really good stir, and I'm gonna set it to the side. And I'll stir it again before I use it, but this just gives a few minutes for all of the ingredients to sort of come together and get ready to make big and beautiful bubbles. All right, so I'm gonna set that to the side. Now, in the meantime, while our bubble solution is sitting, let's make a bubble wand. Now, there are lots of ways to make bubble wands and lots of things that can be bubble wands. Anything that's a closed shape, an enclosed shape, so a circle or a square or a triangle, can be a bubble wand. But today we're going to make one, and you can make these as big as you want them to be or as small as you want them to be. Ours is going to be kind of medium sized today. I'm using 2 straws, and these happen to be bendy straws, and I'm actually going to cut that bendy part off of them. So go ahead and take your scissors, and where that little accordion bendy area is, I want to make sure to cut that all the way off. So I'm just cutting those pieces off, and I'm left with 2 individual pieces of straw without the bendy part. And I have 1 string. This string is about 24 inches long. If you wanted to make a bigger bubble wand, you could use a much longer string. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the string through my straw. This can be a little tricky. You just have to be patient. Just get your string through there. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my second straw. Just kind of ease it in. Remember to hold on to the other end of your string so that your first straw doesn't fall off. The second one can be tricky because the weight of your first straw pulls on it a little. So just keep kind of guiding it in there till you have the end. All right, so I have my 2 straws on my string, and I'm just gonna take my string at the end and tie it in a knot. I like to use a knot that doesn't slip out, like a square knot. So that's right over left and under, and then cross left over right and go under. Almost like you're tying your shoes, but twice. All right, and I'm gonna trim these little edges off just a little bit, just because I don't want so much fuzz sticking out. So I've got my knot just like that. Now I'm gonna slide one of my straws to cover up my knot, and I've basically created one big round or kind of rectangular area for one giant bubble to come out of. So let's go back to our bubble solution. This pie pan is going to be perfect for dipping our bubble wand into the bubble solution and pulling that out. Now, if you're using something larger, like think something really large, like maybe a hula hoop, you would need something like a kiddie pool to go in, to be able to dip that hula hoop down into the bubble solution. That might be a fun Saturday activity as a family. I'm gonna give my bubble solution that's been resting for a little while now just another good stir. Make sure everything's mixed up well together. And I'm just gonna gently pour it into my pie pan. I wanna make sure that the entire bottom of my pie pan is covered. It takes mostly the whole thing. Now we're indoors right now, but this is definitely an outdoor activity. So make sure you're enjoying this somewhere that's not gonna make a giant mess. I'm gonna take my bubble wand and bubble solution and just dip it in with my fingers. Pull it out. Whoop. And start making giant bubbles. We hope that you enjoy this giant bubble making activity outdoors. It's really fun to grab these and just run around the yard and see lots of bubbles, giant bubbles trailing along behind you. So I hope you can get outside this spring and enjoy the beautiful weather with this fun bubble activity.